This is an Eye on Annapolis bonus podcast.
When you get an invitation to go to the Carroll House, you don't turn it down, as did I. And we're sitting here with Nicole Bentz, who is the executive director and co-founder of a nonprofit based up in Pasadena, right?
That's right.
And it is called CoreShark H2O.
Yes, it is.
And right off the bat, I love discovering new nonprofits that are in the area. And I know that you guys are not new per se. Explain CoreShark. That's sort of an odd name.
So yeah, we recently had a name change. We used to be CoreShark H2O, and that's because the for-profit business that was our primary sponsor recently sold. So with the sale of that company went the name of our nonprofit. So we love...
That's a bummer.
It's been a labor of love. But we love CSH2O, which is what we're also known by. So we are still CSH2O, and we're now CoreShark H2O instead of CoreShark H2O.
That explains the name, and that explains what you do. Now, what do you do? I mean, you are really water focused. And before we started recording, I told you I met one of your cohorts, Brian Gomes, way back when he did the Chesapeake Bay paddle several years ago, when he did the full one, when he was escorting Chris with his kayak all the way down as Chris was on his board. But what does CoreShark or CSH2O do?
Yeah, so we are an environmental nonprofit, primarily environmental education. To the public schools, even more than just public schools, Cub Scouts, Girl Scouts, church organizations, gardening clubs, all kinds of organizations in our communities here in Anne Arundel County and surrounding Anne Arundel County. We've been on the Eastern Shore, we've been to Baltimore City, we've been up in Baltimore County, Howard County, all over the state, sort of, in Maryland. Anyway, we are bringing a set of homegrown programs to students of all ages. So students who may not live near the water, or maybe have never been on a boat, or aren't sure what a turtle looks like, or how does a turtle act, or a crab, or an oyster, and they actually get to touch.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, we provide this programming at no cost to all Title I schools in Maryland and currently public schools in Anne Arundel County, all at no cost. We have 2 educators that are paid on our staff. Everyone else on our team are volunteers. So all the programs and...
So the rewards are rich and the pay stinks. Pretty much.
Right. I'm volunteering all these folks I love and keep close to me that they need to help. But yeah, we've grown too. We started with one program 10 years ago, and we have a plethora of programs on our website now for folks to pick from for all different topics.
That's awesome. Well, your website is CSH, the number 2O.
You got it.
O,
you got it.
.org.
Yep.
And we are here actually to talk about, because you guys, in addition to your programs, are putting on a shindig coming up in December.
Yeah.
And it is called Bay Bells and Shark Tales. And as I asked about the name of your organization, what is Bay Bells and Shark Tales?
Bay Bells and Shark Tales. So, right, we're here at the Carroll House today, which is where this event will take place. And there is going to be the fabulous Eastport Yacht Club Parade of Lights happening at the same time. So Bay Bells is a spin on that.
Okay.
All the boats out there floating around with lights. Shark Tales is a spin on our name. So
gotcha.
Got it together there.
Well, this is December 9th from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., and it is during the Eastport Yacht Club's Lights Parade. This is the first time I've ever heard something like this done. And I guess I need to ask the important stuff, because I know the Lights Parade can be fabulous with all the crowds and everything else, but boy, when it gets cold, it can get cold.
Yes.
And everything else. So, is there a tent?
There is a large tent, and it's heated.
Okay, that was my second question. Is there going to be heat? Is there going to be heat?
Yes.
So you've taken the 2 downsides of that parade, if you will, and totally eliminated them. And you were right here on the banks of Spa Creek to be able to watch the entire parade come through the bridge. I mean, you can see the bridge come through the bridge up to the headwaters of Spa Creek, turn around and head on back down.
Yeah.
Whose idea was this?
This, I can't take credit for this. This is...
Oh, go for it. Nobody's listening.
This is on the heels of a fabulous organization, the Chesapeake Bay Savers, that was founded by the Fallenberg family. And they started this event many years ago before COVID. The name was Shells and Bells. and it had a very similar format, and they wanted to bring the event back. They love this event so much, and they love that nonprofits benefit from this event. So we were chosen as an organization to promote and host this event.
To carry it on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's fantastic. Well, tell me a little bit more about this. I mean, I'm assuming inside of the tent in the heat,
Yep.
There's probably going to be food and booze.
There will be. There's going to be a 10-piece band. Radio City is the name of the band. So you get to...
Scott Himes?
Yeah, you got it. We're going to have someone shucking oysters. Mad Hat Oysters will be here shucking oysters. We're going to have experiential food stations. You get to go up and you decide what you want to make and what you want to eat. We have an open bar. Like you said, lots of specialty drinks and your standard drinks. We will have a nice viewing area outside of the tent with a fire pit, some Adirondack chairs, some s'mores and blankets. Our tent will have clear sides, so if you want to stay inside, you can still view that parade, nice, warm, and cozy.
Oh, you're killing me, man! You know, I can't be in town. I can't be in town that weekend. I'm in Boston for the Army Navy game. But then, so if you have a helicopter to spare, just send it up. I will totally be here.
Yes.
I mean, I can't think of a better way to see the lights parade, you know, than this location. You know, you've got the historic Carroll House as the backdrop, the tent that's on the sloping. I mean, it's a natural amphitheater to Spa Creek.
Yes, it's a fabulous viewing spot. It really, really is.
You are a nonprofit, and will the proceeds of this benefit your organization?
It will, yeah. This is a fundraiser, so we're seeking sponsors for this event, and all the funds go directly to all of our environmental education programs. As I mentioned a few moments ago, we started with one program. 10 years later, several programs. Each year, we look to grow those programs. With additional funds, we can reach more schools, we can reach more students of all ages.
That's the name of the game. I mean, we've got to make sure that the kids are learning everything that they can, because they're going to be paying for our nursing homes at some point.
That's right. We need to take care of us.
Tickets are available at csh2o.org, and then you just grab that event link, and it's right there to be able to pick them up. Most nonprofits and events and stuff like that, I mean, is there going to be auctions or raffles or anything like that?
Yeah, we will have some silent auction items. We will have raffle baskets ready to go. You need a gift for someone, you can just grab it right off the raffle table should you win and re-gift that, which is nice. We also have something unique called our Century Club package, where we are auctioning off a stay at a private home in Charleston, South Carolina. There are 100 tickets available. Tickets are $100 each.
Oh, wow. Some of those homes down there are really nice. I was down there a couple months ago. And it was,
lovely, right?
It was pretty nice. Sponsorships. Yes. Obviously, you take as many as you possibly can get. And, you know, if people want to come in and throw money at you, you'll take that too. No nonprofit is too proud to do that. But where do we get the sponsorship information? Is it also at csh2o.org?
It is. And we have a unique opportunity. All of our sponsors will be invited to our VIP hour, which is 1 hour before our event. There will be music. There will be specialty cocktails that will not be served at the event. There will be food and nibbles, some information about our organization as well during that VIP happy hour. Yes, sponsorships are on our website.
All that information is right there. I was looking at the website, and I did see that, I will say as a male, that Annapolis is horrible when it comes to describing what to wear to these things. Okay, I've experienced Caribbean chic, Eastport formal, the bland dress to impress, and now you're going with holiday cocktail. So can you give me like specifics?
Sure, let's see.
I mean, I'm a stupid guy, okay? I mean, when I look into my closet, I'm thinking, you know, holiday cocktail, what holiday? And, you know.
So I think the gentleman would probably maybe wear a coat, a jacket, a sports jacket that they could maybe take off if they wanted to. A nice shirt underneath, not necessarily a button-up, but a nice shirt. Maybe not your T-shirt you wear to cut the grass.
Right.
I don't believe you need a tie or bow tie is necessary unless you want to be. And for ladies, I would say, you know, you want to go out to a nice dinner, what you might wear to a nice dinner. And because we're in the holiday season, you might step it up a notch and give it a holiday flair, some sparkle or
some
color.
Sparkle or some bling. always will work. Well, that's fantastic. And again, as I said, my regrets that I'm going to be up at Army Navy up in Boston. If it was in Philadelphia, I might have had a shot to get back, but I don't think I'm going to be able to make it back from Boston. Tell me a little bit about the different programs that you guys offer to the students.
Sure.
I mean, you said you've got everyone. I mean, are you actually going out into the schools, or are you bringing them to you?
Mm-hmm. We go to the school. So we bring the program to the school. It's one way we can keep costs down. We don't have to be in a space, manage a space for students to come to. The students don't have to incur transportation costs to then come to us. So we go to the school. We bring all the materials. They're all packaged up. I'll describe one or two for you briefly.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, so our newest, I think, are fun to share. So we have a wonderful watershed program that gives students a visual of what a watershed is, because I think a lot of us don't really know what that word even means. And they have an interactive experience to understand what a watershed is and how what they're doing every day affects the watershed and affects our ecosystem. And another great one that I think the kids are loving these days would be our Maryland Critters program, which that we have lots of artifacts, things like skulls and fur pellets and scat, which is
Kids love it.
And they like to pass that around. And we talk about how these animals live in our watershed where we live. And how what they're doing impacts these animals, impacts the water. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention we have a plethora of water-focused programs too. Our Who Polluted the Chesapeake program, our Curious Crab program. Curious Crab, they get to see an actual female and male crab. They get to touch them.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That really is. And it's something that's really missing, because I mean, the Chesapeake Bay and the watershed that it is so intrinsic to not just our life, but I mean, you look at New York and Pennsylvania and Virginia. And I was just down in New Bern, North Carolina last weekend. And I can't remember, it was somewhere in northern North Carolina. I said, I'm leaving the Chesapeake Bay watershed. And I'm like, wow. You sit there and you don't realize how far it really reaches. Yeah. And, how intrinsic it is to what we eat and to, our leisure activities, to swim and to boat. And it's so critical to make sure that we keep the bay, as healthy as possible, and to learn how to respect it. And what you're doing is pretty fantastic.
Thank you.
To bring it on out. How did you get started in the nonprofit world? I mean, were you just a river rat when you were little or something?
I am from the area, and to an extent, grew up on the water, boating and doing all the things that, if we're lucky enough to do that around here. Yeah. I was a full-time IT employee at Northrop Grumman doing my IT thing. I started a family, and when that family started, I decided to step back and be home a little bit more. I decided while I was at home, I needed a little bit more to be involved in. I wanted a little bit more purpose, and the rest is history. We started a nonprofit, and it was very, very slow going. Our very first event was at the White Merlin Open in Ocean City. Our very first school that we partnered with was Southern, all the way down.
Southern High?
Southern High School.
Wow.
Or Southern Middle School. Southern Middle School.
Even further south.
Even further south. It was in partnership with the ORP, Oyster Recovery Partnership Organization. I had no one working for us at the time. We were just figuring it out as we went along, and it's blossomed since then. We now have a team of, I think, 12 or 13.
That's fantastic. And how long have you been around? You said
10 years. This will be coming up in May, will be our 10-year anniversary.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's something to really be proud of.
It is.
That's something, absolutely. Well, I'll tell you want to go to check out the website, CSH2O.org, and that's the number 2 and the letter O at the end of there. I suggest everybody snoops around and see how you can support them. I know there's a donate link there, so you can throw that cash their way, but get involved with some of the programs they've got and look at the events that have got coming up. Certainly, we've got one on December 9th from 6 to 10 right here at the Carroll House in Annapolis. And even for those that are unaware, the Hillman Garage is just sort of catty corner across the street. It's not too big of a deal there. But you want to go to CSH2O.org. Look how you can get involved, whether you attend the event, whether you can get involved with the programs. I imagine, as you go through is just doing your nonprofit stuff, you do need volunteers and people to, to research and put together. I mean, I know you said you've got a lot of teachers that are involved that help to build the curriculums and everything else, which is, there's never enough help there.
Agreed.
And this looks like a fabulous event. Again, tickets at CSH2O.org, and then just get on the events link and drop that down there. You've auction, you've got a raffle for this Charleston house, for a private house down there in a beautiful town, second most beautiful town next to us here. So we'll throw it out. There's no better place, position-wise, to see the lights parade than right here.
Yeah.
I would say on the bridge, which is usually where I would go.
Right.
But then you've got the wind and the cold and
elements.
everything else. But here you've got a tent, you've got a heater, and you've got some liquid heat that's flowing around along with some food to keep you entertained. Again, on December 9th from 6 to 10 p.m. Tickets are on sale now, right?
They are.
If you'd like to sponsor, again, that would be the same website as well. But Nicole, congratulations on 10 years, a little bit prematurely, but congratulations. And I am thrilled that this is happening here on the banks of Spa Creek for the Eastport Yacht Club's Lights Parade, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This has been a bonus podcast from Eye on Annapolis. Please visit us at eyeonannapolis.net. Follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. And if you haven't subscribed to the Daily News Brief podcast, go for it. And all of your local news will be delivered to your phone, tablet, or smart device by 6 a.m. every Monday through Friday.